What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ from Ferguson. People have been blowing up my Twitter, YouTube, and email account with this, so I figured I'd dish on it. I knew what was going on, but William Nylander having a really good start in his first full season of professional hockey in North America. Obviously played last year, the second part of the season with the Toronto Marlies, and this year is now with the Marlies, on a full-time basis. Numbers last year were really good, 32 points in 37 games if you're coming over and starting the year in Modo in the Swedish league, which, by the way, is one of the best developers of talent in all of Europe, just like FYI. And this year, again, 23 points in 17 games is really, pretty cool. But people are acting like this has never happened before with a teenager in the AHL when it happened last year with David Pastrnak. And I'm not trying to be a cynical asshole here, but, let's keep it in perspective. I like Nylander a lot as a prospect. I thought he probably should have gone a little bit higher in the 2014 draft. I'm sure Leafs fans are perfectly okay that he didn't go a little bit higher. I think he's going to be a very good NHL player. But I still think I'd let him finish the year in the AHL. Maybe bring him up at the end for a cup of coffee. But it's not worth blowing the year on his entry-level deal right now. This Leafs team is going to suck with William Nylander or without William Nylander. So it's like, all right, let him stay down there. Let him, widen his repertoire. Let him play in all situations, and have him come to camp in 2016, ready to, be a full-time member of the team. On the other side of the street in Toronto. But it's not to diminish what he's doing at all. I mean, it's definitely impressive. The AHL is clearly the second best league in the world, and you have a teenager averaging better than a point a game down there. That's definitely something that's too. It's more than a blip on the radar screen. But again, acting like it's unprecedented. It's like, come on. Really? You gotta use hyperbole on everything. But again, I'm excited to see, what the next steps in his development are. I know his brother's going to be a top pick this year. His old man's coaching in Mississauga, where, his younger brother's playing. And, I was always a huge Michael Nylander fan, by the way. I thought he was one of the more underrated players in the NHL when he was playing. Really good facilitator with the puck. Could open some things up and, always seemed to really be a hell of a hockey player. And Williams following that path to a T. I mean, he's doing some big things in the A, and I think this is going to be a start of bigger things to come. But again, if you want to watch Nylander play in Toronto, just go watch him play for the Marlies. Save money on tickets, by the way, too. If I was a Leafs fan, I'd be going to the Marlies games. Why do I want to watch this? I know the Leafs are playing a little bit better than people expected them to, but it's still a dumpster fire of a team. You got some talented prospects down in the A to watch and see what they're doing. So but that's the bottom line with Nylander and the squad in Toronto. But yeah, again, not to be too cynical, but he's doing what David Pastrnak did last season, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. In no way, shape, or form is doing what David Pastrnak did last season with the Providence Bruins a bad thing for Mr. Nylander. But again, for all the criticism, I'm excited to see what's coming next for him. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.